Finn Rider. Today we're going to be talking about the most important thing in shooting, the 7 steps of shooting. Backstop, target, prime, aim, hot, fire, cold. These are the steps you do every single time you shoot, no matter what. So now we're going to talk about them one at a time, just to make sure you understand them all, because you will be memorizing these. It's super important. First, we have backstop. Your backstop is everything behind your target. It's where the BB goes if you shoot, whether you hit the target or not. The important thing is to make sure that there's nothing back there that you don't want to shoot. So the first question you have to ask is, will my backstop catch the BB? Second thing is, can the BB bounce off of anything? That could be, it's called a ricochet. That could be bad. We'll talk about that another time. Then we're gonna double check for people or animals. Sometimes there may be a little scurrying animal or someone in the distance behind you in your backstop, and you gotta keep an eye out for that. And last, can anyone or anything wander in? Sometimes people don't know you're shooting and they will accidentally just wander into your target area. Animals will often do this, dogs and cats especially. So it's very important to make sure before each shot that you check your backstop and make sure that it will catch your BB safely. The next step is your target. Ideally, you want your BB or your projectile to pass through the target and get caught in the backstop. Some targets are designed to actually catch your projectile or your BB as well. We'll get into those kind of targets. But that's about the only kind of targets you want to shoot. Something that'll pass right through, like paper or something like that. Or something that'll actually catch the BB or the projectile, and that's either designed to, or you've tested it and you know it's safe to. The next thing is you want to know is it safe to shoot? Some things aren't safe to shoot. Some things explode when you hit them too hard. Some things, when you hit them, they'll break off fragments that could cause problems for you. Some things you just don't want to shoot. And do I want to shoot it? Now, this is an important question. Sometimes people will be shooting with you and they'll say, hey, let's shoot that target or let's shoot that thing. And you won't really want to shoot it. Maybe you won't know why. Maybe you won't completely understand it, but maybe you just don't want to. Maybe you think it's going to be dumb or not fun to shoot the thing. So that's the last question. Do you want to shoot it? If you don't want to shoot it, then Finn, don't shoot it, buddy. You don't have to shoot anything you don't want to, and nobody can make you shoot anything you don't want to shoot. It's a part of being a responsible person, is deciding, what do I want to shoot? What do I want to take responsibility for shooting? Next is priming the weapon. And that is where you're just cocking it or getting it ready to shoot. Muzzle discipline. Muzzle discipline. Muzzle discipline. Muzzle discipline means making sure that you always know where the gun is pointing at all times, and it's always pointing in a safe direction. We'll get into disciplines and things like that, but the first important thing with priming your gun is making sure you're always aware which way it's pointing and keep it pointing in a safe place. That's usually up in the air, at your target, or directly at the ground. Next thing you're going to want to do is fully work the lever, all 7 clicks. If you don't click it all 7 times and you try and shoot it, it could cause a jam. And then I would have to teach you how to unjam it, and it's not very easy. But it is doable, and it can be fun to learn how to fix it. So if it does jam, don't worry, we'll fix it. But it is a little bit of work. Next, you're going to give it a few shakes. We'll talk about why you have to do that, but you have to shake it. I usually shake it about 3 or 4 times. And then last, you're going to want to check the BB window. that is the little window. Well, I'll show you it is on the diagram, but that will tell you if there's a BB loaded in and ready to fire. Now the hard part, aiming. So aiming is by far the hardest part to do. You're gonna have to slide that stock into the sweet spot of your shoulder. We'll talk about where that sweet spot is, but it's a sweet spot in your shoulder. You're gonna take a deep breath and relax. The more tense you are, the higher the probability you're gonna miss. You're gonna put the post between the fork. That's a saying I like to say to remind myself how to shoot. That little diagram I have there gives you an idea of what that's gonna look like. I'm gonna do a video, probably a bunch of videos on how to aim, but this is just a quick one. And next, I'm gonna take another breath, because again, the key to aiming is to relax as much as you can. Hot. All right, that's when things get serious. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna announce hot if you are shooting with other people. This is very important. People need to know the status of your rifle. That way they know to be quiet, they know not to distract you, they know to make sure that they themselves stay out of your way, and they know that you're getting ready to send a BB down range. Next is you're gonna find the safe button and press. So the safety button is going to be on the right side of the rifle. So you'll put your finger on that, and then you'll press it. And that will stop blocking the trigger. Now, since the trigger is not blocked, you are going to gently, very gently, place your finger on the trigger. Now again, it's super important to stay relaxed the whole time, but the magic is getting ready to happen. Now you're about to do the second hardest part. First, you announce fire to the people around you if you're shooting with others. This is important because shooting your rifle is startling for yourself and for the people around you. So if you can let everybody know, they know to calm themselves, and you know to calm yourself too. I'll still tell myself fire or whisper it under my breath just before I start to apply pressure to the trigger, just to remind myself to calm down. Next, you're gonna take a breath and relax because, well, you're about to do something pretty wild. Then you're going to gently apply increasing pressure to the trigger until it breaks. What that means is you're gonna squeeze a little bit more at a time. You should not know when the trigger is actually going to work and it's actually going to shoot. It should surprise you. That will keep you from twitching or jerking or doing something like that to throw off your shot. And then the last thing, try and stay relaxed. This is so important. That jolting sensation and the twitch in the rifle, it's gonna be startling, but the more you can relax, the less that startling is gonna throw off your next shot and each subsequent shot. And finally, cold. While you are still aiming at your target, find the safety button. It's going to be on the left side, on the opposite, exactly on the opposite of where it was when you took the safety off. So you'll push that button in so that it goes back to the way it was before. That will block the trigger so that nothing can actually push it back anymore. The important thing is to make sure you do all these things while still aiming at your target. So after you have pressed the safety button and heard it click, then you're going to announce cold if you are shooting with other people. It's important to put the safety on before you announce cold. Announcing cold lets everyone know that the safety is on and that they are safe. And then after that, then you can lower your rifle and check your target. But up until that point, hold on target. I like to even aim and just keep aiming until I've done all those things. It also helps you hit your target better if you keep aiming after you squeeze the trigger for a little while. So finding the safety while still aiming is an important practice to get used to. It's something that it took me a long time to get in the habit of, but man, is it the best, one of the best habits I've gotten into. And there you have it, Finn. Backstop, target, prime, aim, hot, fire, cold. 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 You'll get it, bud. Just keep repeating it to yourself and you'll get it. Backstop, target, prime, aim, hot, fire, cold. You follow that every time, and you won't jam your rifle, and you won't hurt anybody, and you won't make any mistakes, and everything will always turn out fine. I've practiced this for a long time. I've used this system for a long time. I promise you it works. Backstop, target, prime, aim, hot, fire, cold. Good luck, buddy. Enjoy shooting. Follow the 7s and you'll be okay. And don't forget, you're a Red Ryder now.